Hi, welcome to the Fire Mountain Gems and Beads Jewelry Making Studio. My name is Rose, and today we're going to make a beautiful pair of summer earrings in turquoise and silver. Of course, you could use any color you want, but I'm going to do this with bugle beads, seed beads, some plated head pins and eye pins, and this wonderful earring finding. Now this thing has so many loops. That's how it makes this full earring. It's got 17 loops on it. So if I'm making this earring, I'm going to need 34 of these beaded links and 17 of these drops. That's a total of 51 loops we're going to be making. Not a short project, but a fun and easy one. Let's get started. So the first thing I like to do, I like to work sort of factory style. So I set up all of my head pins with their beads on them right off at the start. So I've already done some of them. I've already even made loops on some of them. You don't want to watch me make 51 loops, I don't think. In fact, if you already know how to make simple loops, go forward on this video. So I'm going to put on a seed bead, a bugle bead, and another seed bead. Next step to making a simple loop is to make a 90-degree bend. And I could do that using a pair of pliers, but I prefer to make it quick and easy. I use my thumbnail. Put my thumbnail right in there under in back of the bead and bend it back 90 degrees. There we go. So there's some of my links, or not my links, my drops. I'm going to do some more. These are my links because I've already got a loop on one end using an eye pin, a seed bead, a bugle bead, and a seed bead. 90-degree bend. A seed bead, a bugle bead, and a seed bead, 90-degree bend. And if you're super professional about wanting to make this perfect, you'd also make sure that every one of the eyes on your eye pins have the same orientation, either 90 degrees to each other or parallel with each other. I'm not being that professional. There's a lot of loops to make. And honestly, when you're wearing these beautiful earrings, you're not going to notice that the eyes are not all pointing the same direction. So I've got my beads on there, 90-degree bend. One more. Seed bead, bugle bead, seed bead, 90-degree bend. There we go. Now the next step is to cut all these stems to the right length. So I'm going to pick up every one of them. Like I say, factory style, it's just faster. I'm going to nip these off. I've cut so many, I know just about how long of a stem I want. So that's just using my eyeballs. I'm going to cut it there. Notice I have the flush side up against my working end so that I get the prettiest side cut. And I'm also going to protect my camera people and the sound people from getting hit by that flying piece of wire. I'm going to cut all of these because it's just quicker in the long run to do factory style. Yeah, sometimes yes, sometimes no. So I've got quite a few to nip here. So we may cut away and come back. Also so I can clean up my mess from all the little pieces of wire I'm leaving behind. Okay, are you guys ready to go on? Moving on. Okay, I've got all of these guys nipped off. Let's start making loops. We're going to make a lot of loops. And I would like for all of the loops to be the same size as this pre-made loop. So I'm going to actually mark my pliers to show where I want to do my actual curving of that loop. So I've got that in my mind. I'll take a Sharpie marker and just put a little mark on my pliers to indicate for me approximately where I want to grip my wire to make the loops. Okay, so I'm going to grip each one of those wires on the very end, and start rolling it back. Reposition the pliers and roll it again. There we go. That's a link. Or not a link, that's one of my drops. Because that's one of the ones on an eye pin. I'm in a head pin. Let's get this right. And I'm pretty particular about my loops. I want to make sure they're round and that joins together, that these meet here at this joint so that nothing can slide out of them. Let me do a few of these links here. And we're going to make lots and lots of loops. So you can watch this as many times as you like to make sure you're comfortable in how it's done. Or you can go away and fast forward and come back to this a little bit. So as you're making these loops, remember, you want a loop that is not a 9 or a teardrop. Ideally, you want it round. Last one. There we go. Whew. I hope you stuck with me through that. Here we go. Now we've got all of these drops and we've got all these links made. And you can see I did not make all of those on camera. I made some of those in advance. I'm going to start adding them to our earring finding. Easy breezy, just like adding a jump ring. You don't pull that loop open, you twist the loop open, just like when you're doing a jump ring, yes. So I'm going to twist it open, add a link, close it, open the next one, add a link, close it, open the next one, and we're going to put it onto our earring finding. Now these center row of loops are kind of hard to get to, so I'm going to do those first so that I don't have anything in my way for looping that onto a loop and then closing it, just like a jump ring. This is all very silvery and shiny, so I hope you can catch it. Very silvery, very shiny. Okay, only 50 more to go. All right. Open one, add a link, close it. Open one, add a link, close it. Open this last one, add it to my earring. Okay, I've got the whole center row done. Add a link. Oh, I hope you're all feeling very proud of yourselves if you have completed this project with me. Because for this one earring, we have created 17 of these dangles, which consists of 34 beaded links and 17 drops. And that means 51 loops. There's our last loop. We're going to go through right through that last loop. Get that wire in there. However you need to manipulate it. There we go. And close it. Ta-da! Boo-boo! Let the trumpets flare. Yes. Okay, sometimes when I get down to the end of this, I find these last ones on the outside are a little bit chicken footy. They're kind of sticking out a little bit. And I just bend them in a little bit, push them in a little bit, so that they'll hang straighter and better and more beautiful. And there you have it. Your summer earrings could be Christmas earrings, could be spring earrings, could be evening out earrings. Just choose your colors. Thank you so much for joining me here at the Fire Mountain Gems and Beads Jewelry Making Studio. I hope you like this project. It is a lot of fun, and you'll get really good at doing loops. Happy beading.